at our challenges, and the court agreed with us. And yet they went ahead to hold the same election that the court said the only option left for them at the point in time was an appeal to upturn the judgment of the lower court. But that wasn't done. The governor sought self-help and decided to do what they called election, what they called local government election and all that. So having gone ahead to do that, we would not rest on our oars. We will not stand akimbo to watch them take our common patrimony. Local governments belong to all of us. The state belongs to all of us. So we have equal stake, we have equal rights. And so we had to go to court. I want to state here that it is APC, Rivers State, that went to court. And they should leave out Minister Wike. You know, when you have the penchant to blackmail, okay, a champion, you say all manner of things. In spite of the fact that all they are saying are defeatist. What is Wike's business in this matter? What? The APC went to court. I deposed to the affidavit on behalf of my party. And we said this was not properly. And because it was not properly, please do not give allocation to them. I did. Is Wike a member of APC? No. So what is his business? It's just a deliberate attempt to blackmail a man. They had been flaunting on radios and televisions and all of those, and paying bribes. Whether the system, the president will take out Wike from the cabinet. But how will you change a winning team? If there's any minister today who is projecting, promoting the renewed hope agenda in Nigeria, you must count in Wike. He is. He's not a member of my party, but he is projecting the ideological underpinning, the philosophical underpinning of my party, which is renewed hope agenda of Mr. President. And so, how would you think that because of sentiments, very primordial for that matter, very childish, very archaic, you begin to churn out shibboleths, begin to churn out Jews, you begin to churn out tribes against a man that is deeply rooted and that is the star boy of the government of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Like him or hate him, we have said many times, like Wike or hate him, what you will not take away from him is the fact that he's an unparalleled achiever. He's a whiz kid. If you give him stone, he will turn it to water. Yes, that is him. He turned Rivers State here to a construction site. Thereafter, what has happened? Rivers State has taken the back seat, passenger side of it. That's what Rivers State, retarding, the progress is retarding here. Because we have a clueless governor, we have a clueless administration, and instead of them to obey the laws, if you read what the Court of Appeal said, of note is the fact that the Court of Appeal upbraided him, the governor, and said to him, you are behaving like a civilian dictator, hiding under the cloak of immunity clause of 308. To disobey laws, judgments, you cherry pick which order to obey, which judgment to obey, and which one not to obey. And the Court of Appeal said, you have taken, this is a joke taken too far. I didn't say them. We're waiting for them at the Supreme Court, when the whole matter will be resolved. I have said over and over again, and I want to say again, that the 27 assembly members didn't defect to the APC. I am the most qualified, the only credible source to speak on the matter. And I'm speaking. I'm chairman of the party. Whoever says, oh, they did, at what point did they defect? To who? They should have defected to me. They should have defected in their respective wards. But in all of this drama, for how many months today, nobody has been able to show that in Ward A, that House of Assembly member A registered with us, registered with the APC. Nobody has said so. You hear people flaunt, oh, because they were flaunting flags. Political gimmick. And it worked for them. So in the proper sense, the 27 assembly members didn't defect. I want to see this opportunity that we have today, and maybe if you like, you make it the focal point of this discussion, to plead with the National Assembly to rein in this amorphous group led by Ikenga Judiciary. It's an amorphous group. It's not known to law. You should rein them in because they are tarnishing the reputation of the National Assembly. National Assembly is now being construed as bread and somebody goes to somewhere, gets a tin, and calls it, hides under the cloak of National Assembly. They cannot love us more than we love ourselves. They can't. I just addressed him. I said, you cannot be more holy or more Catholic than the Pope. You can't cry more than the bereaved. That is not all roses in Imo State in terms of security. If not for what the governor is doing in the state, Imo State would have turned to a slaughter ground where people are killed. Is he not concerned that there is an advisory from security forces that don't take a policeman to Imo State, don't drive a flashy car? Is he not bothered with such kind of negative things about his state? He's not bothered about the gully reading roads in his community, either to south where he represents. Their roads are gully reading. They are death traps. Thank God the other day I was watching television to see that the governor had gone to fix some part of the roads. He had never said a word concerning those negatives in the state. But what we see here is that he is the Commissioner for Information in Rivers State. He is the Commissioner and the Commissioner for Justice and Attorney General of Rivers State. And I hear that they have added to him that he is also the national chairman of APP, the Wongo Party. One wonders how and when he became a superior court to be analyzing judgments of court and throwing away to the trash can, and comes behind to say, oh, Wike is bribing judiciary. You relegate, you reduce the judiciary to nothingness. What an insult. In same communities, in same societies, you cannot say so of a judicial officer. If it is 10 years, it may reduce to 7 or 8 years. But it's not that it is the law is taken away because of emotions. The law does not work on emotions. Put before the court the facts and figures. Let everybody see the variables and the indices. And it's discussed. Not you go to, I hear a man I respect so much, S.A.N. Femi Falana, is urging the court, or was urging the court, to move the matter from the Federal High Court, because Wike is there in Abuja, and bring it to Rivers State High Court. He didn't also tell the people that Siminalaye Fubara is in Rivers State. So how do we resolve it? How? And I thank God, and I like what the judge said. Just said, Federal High Court is one. Court of Appeal is one. Supreme Court is what? One. So any division at all works. Think of it. Why did we go to Abuja? The capital of, the headquarters of INEC, where is it? The headquarters of the police force, where is it? Abuja. The headquarters of DSS, where is it? Abuja. So, how I can't leave substance and start to chase shadows? So, let the National Assembly leadership rein in these characters that are intending to blackmail an arm of government, very respectable and reputable arm of government, and tabrushing judges of this country, hiding in the cloak of opposition lawmakers in the National Assembly. These people should immediately be suspended from the House. They add nothing. They have no value other than the nuisance value that they bring to the National Assembly. They should rein them in immediately, and so that they would desist from this their stock in trade, which, as far as we are concerned, is personal. The issues of middle interlopers whose business is not because they love River State, but their business is pecuniary, their interest is pecuniary. And they paint the National Assembly on a very bad light. And I wonder why the National Assembly leadership had allowed these human beings who go about denting their image and reputation. I wonder why they have allowed them over this period. And we are here to say, as a people, as APC in River State, we are here to say that any attempt to blackmail the judiciary in Nigeria for the purposes of cowing them to docility is completely rejected by the All Progressives Congress in River State. I watched all through last night and even today the news scroll on Arise Television, and you see where they are talking about looming crisis in River State, and you see them talk about pro-Wike this and pro-Wike that, and you see them try to blackmail the judiciary. What is the reason for accusing the judiciary of, compromise? What is the reason for accusing the Federal High Court of compromise in a matter that is as clear as ABC? APC had gone to court in June. APC River had gone to court in June to complain about a planned election, local government election, for the 5th, scheduled for the 5th of October, 2024. We had gone to court to say, no, the processes are not properly in the eyes of the law. You cannot shame us behind us. We're a political party, a strong one for that matter. And you want to take a decision concerning an election that we have been hammering that we must participate and all that. You don't involve us. And you want us to see the notice of meeting only via social media. And we said, no, that is not done. It's not done. And we went to court way back in June to say, look, court, we're not satisfied. The reason why we went to Federal High Court, unlike what the governor said out of ignorance, is the fact that the law, the INEC was involved. We sued INEC. We sued the police, Nigerian police. We sued the DSS. They are federal agencies, for crying out loud. You won't try their cases at the High Court. They can't. That's why we went to the Federal High Court. And the matter ran its course. Initially, the judge gave an interim order that said, look, don't do anything until we get to the root of this matter. That expired, and they went to the Court of Appeal to challenge the jurisdiction of the court, of the Federal High Court. They said the Federal High Court has no powers to sit on the matter. The Court of Appeal was amazed. Okay, and at the Court of Appeal said that the trial judge, had everything within his powers to look at the matter and take a decision. They came back, and it was you see what they call the legal gymnastic that took place. They came with a team, a tag team, studded team of lawyers, senior advocates of note in this country. You would have heard senior advocate Tawo He's senior advocate over 20 years. What is 20 years? You see senior advocate Uche, okay? You see Femi Falana. You see this man from Rivers. It's star-studded on their side. And we had star-studded lawyers too, on our senior advocates on our own side, led by J.B. Daoud. And the matter traveled at a point in this issue. The Boots Party, that I'm sure that some of you have not heard about, okay, were procured. The party was procured to come and join in the matter. And they said to the court that whatever decision the court will reach at will affect them, so they should be allowed to be joined. SDP also was procured to join in the matter, and they all came and made their submissions. The judge said, look, because of time, I will take all the motions together with the substantive matter. And all the parties, okay, represented by their lawyers, made brilliant submissions. And they just said, I will do a composite judgment. What that means is that I will look at all the issues that you have raised, and at the end of the day, I will give a judgment based on the substantive matter. That was what happened. I was in court. I have always been in court. I have. And so when they finished their presentation, the judge honorably announced to the House, to the court, that he will reserve his judgment and will reach out to the lawyers on a possible date for judgment. And that's what we saw. On the 3rd, precisely I think on the 3rd of October, the judge convened his court, and in that sitting gave a judgment, not a ruling, not an order. It was a judgment that he gave. He considered all the motions, considered all the issues, and held of note the fact that even the RISIEC was in error for planning an election in less than 90 days as provided for by the Constitution. And they faulted them, and many other issues, attendant to it. They did. And based on that, the court made orders. Say, INEC, do not release voters register to RISIEC because they are not properly. Don't release that to them. Police do not participate. DSS do not do what? Participate. And what has that done? It goes without saying that the court has nullified, annulled ab initio what was planned for October 5th. How can an election be said to hold without voters register, without all the necessary documents from INEC? Nigeria has moved. We are now using, what's the name of that thing now? Beaver's machine. Okay, so none of those got released to RISIEC. And then we saw the governor. We saw the governor in the wake of a day, very late at night, with red eyes, inside the INEC RISIEC office, and was boasting. He chased away the police. He has chased away the police. That anybody that comes here, they should report to him that he will know how to. That they don't want INEC documents register. They don't want the police. He was going to use his own police. We thought it was a joke, but it was a joke that was taken too far. On the 5th of October, we had what they call the charade, called local government election, and we were not part of it. And so now that the so-called election, so to speak, they claim to have held, should we now go back and sleep? That when we had a case, we approached the court. We didn't take the crude approach. It was not about the strong man's morality. We were civil. We approached the court. We say, court, please protect us. Look at this, look at our challenges. And the court agreed with us. And yet they went ahead to hold the same election that the court said the only option left for them at the point in time was an appeal to upturn the judgment of the lower court. But that wasn't done. The governor sought self-help and decided to do what they called election, what they called local government election and all that. So having gone ahead to do that, we would not rest on our oars. We will not stand akimbo to watch them take our common patrimony. Local governments belong to all of us. The state belongs to all of us. So we have equal stake, we have equal rights. And so we had to go to court. I want to state